I remember someone saying to me once about work situations, he said, you know, Marianne, powerful people don't bark, they bite.
Tell me the difference between asking forgiveness and atonement. The difference between the two, the process.
Well, the atonement is first. That's my reconciliation with God. The atonement, for me, as I understand these things, the first situation is within my heart, my getting. Shouldn't have done that. That was wrong. You don't, from A Course in Miracles perspective, it's not like you're really asking God to forgive you because God never judged you. But you're asking to be reconciled, whether it's the Catholics going to confession, or the Jews on the day of Yom Kippur, or in Alcoholics Anonymous taking a fearless moral inventory and admitting your own character defects. It's that place where you yourself acknowledge where you have been wrong, and you ask for that correction of your own perception. Now, the asking of forgiveness in that situation from the person, it's just like in AA. First you make the list, and then you make the amends. So first, there is the atonement in my heart. In that case, where I need forgiveness, where then you ask for forgiveness for someone, as I did there. I apologized, and I said it wouldn't happen again. But then sometimes the atonement is preceded by your need to forgive someone. Dear God, the sin I'm committing in this moment is that I'm judging them to begin with. I am focusing on their mistake. And dear God, if you focused on my mistakes the way I'm focusing on their mistakes, I would never experience mercy. Where would my life be today if the universe focused on my mistakes and wouldn't get off it every time the way I'm doing with this person right now? So that's the atonement. It's within my own heart and mind. And then from that is that I forgive that person, meaning, you know, the Course in Miracles says forgiveness is selective remembering. I'm willing to overlook it. It's not that the person didn't make a mistake. People make mistakes. We've all made mistakes. Forgiveness is not about pretending they didn't make a mistake. Not within the mortal plane. People make mistakes all the time. It's about, in the Course in Miracles, it talks about extending your perception beyond what the physical senses perceived, which is they said the wrong thing, they did the wrong thing, whatever, to what you know to be true, which is, at the deepest level, they didn't mean to. You know?
What if one atones? What if one asks for forgiveness, and the recipient of the experience says, sorry?
To hell with you. No. I've been there, I think most of us have been there, and it's a painful place. It's a painful place, but at the same time, I think you also get to the point of knowing that now the ball's in their court, you've done your part. And as long as you've done your part, that's all you can do. And sometimes you have to face that consequence, that the consequence is that you've reconciled with God, but that person's not open. And those are the things that make us learn. In my experience, you learn from those experiences to hopefully behave in ways that don't turn people off like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of my life is, in my relationships with men, that was definitely true in my younger years. It was a certain kind of just spoiled brat behavior that, you know, I remember one man who I love very much saying, I don't even want to hear you sorry anymore. I don't care. It's like, frankly, my dear, with Rhett Butler left Scarlett, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. She'd gone too far. Didn't care. You know, then you imagine what would have happened next. Well, what would have happened next, whether it was with Rhett Butler or any other man, is that Scarlett might not have been such a spoiled brat, taking for granted the love of someone who loved her as she did.
Are men less forgiving or are women less forgiving?
Are men less forgiving or women? I don't think there's an answer to that. I think that that's a level of soul which is not gender. But I do agree with Pat Allen that men are more sensitive. I do think that. Now, it could be argued that it's because someone's so sensitive. If someone's totally sensitive and not spiritually evolved, then the fact they are so sensitive would make it harder for them to forgive.